In the world of car detailing supplies, it seems like there's a never-ending availability of new products hitting the market, especially when it comes to detailing chemicals. And I have 5 new ones here that we're gonna highlight today, talk about, and just kind of give you my personal experience with them. Now, if you're anything like me, you watch a lot of automotive YouTube, and you're probably familiar with the channel Daily Driven Exotics, or DDE. And I've seen some of these products highlighted on their channel, so I wanted to see what they're all about, right? They're available at AutoZone. Bling sauce is originally from the boat detailing industry, so they have a lot of boat detailing chemicals, and they're very, very well known for that. They've been available, like, I mean, even Walmart carries them. So I'm excited to give you my opinion on these products. Next up is from the Next Level Car Care brand, and this is their new Auto Snow Foam. So as you can see there, guys, the company's not new. I mean, it's newer, but it's not a brand new company, and they have had a car wash soap out, and people have used it as a foaming agent in a foam cannon, but that's not what the previous one was designed for. It was a bucket method type of a product. This one is specifically made for your foam cannons. You can use it in a bucket as well, but I'm excited to test this out, see the foaming capability, see how well it cleans as well. It's pH neutral, but we're gonna test that as well. And last up, guys, we have the Lithium Car Care Cleanin cubes. Now, Lithium has been known to make great products, and they actually make the trim cubes, which I really, really like. Again, it's a little pad that's impregnated with a trim restoration product. Phenomenal. I really, really like those. And this is kind of their interior solution for that, for cleaning. So really cool, and we'll be checking that out as well. But first up, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the Bling sauce. So in front of me, I have 3 products, right? We have Bling sauce trim sauce, which is your black plastic trim product. We have Bling sauce leather sauce. And then last but not least, we have Bling sauce secret sauce, which is their ceramic spray coating plus polymer sealant. Now, I've been playing with these for a little bit of time now, and I have some pluses and minuses. One of the pluses, though, is they smell amazing, absolutely phenomenal. We're gonna start off with the secret sauce, because this is the one that was the most confusing for me. It's again, ceramic spray coating, but for me personally, I don't know. When I think of a ceramic spray coating, I think it's gonna be really, really hydrophobic, and I didn't get that with this. But what I did get is an easy to use product. It goes on really, really easy, wipes up nice, and it does darken the panel substantially. So as like a gloss enhancer, like some of the, I don't have them here, but some of the products that came out last SEMA, or the SEMA before, a couple brands kind of came out with some gloss enhancement products, and this one is kind of where I personally use this for that, right? I want to make the car, give it some extra depth to it. I'll show you some video of it right now, of a panel that I treated halfway. I basically rubbed in the product and then didn't buff it out yet, and that's where we're gonna jump into this. So there you go, you can see this side's just kind of hazing up and flashing. Through the here, it's like almost, it's gone. It looks great. Over there, it's looking better. So anyways, all we're gonna do is flip the towel now to a new dry side and continue to buff it off. Feels nice and smooth under the hand, smells phenomenal. Now, I'm not a big advocate for sniffing chemicals, but man, you're working with them, they might as well smell good, right? All right, so that's it. That's the application process. Very, very easy. Like I said, feels nice and smooth. Let's go ahead and get rid of this towel, and then we will pull the tape line and see if we can notice it. I can already see, I don't know if you guys can see that, a darkening effect there. You can see that line coming all the way down. So let's pull that all the way, and then we will, yeah, look at that. Let's see here. So look at my shadow, or my reflection. And bam, right there, guys. Look at that. Nice hard line of definitely darker than this side. So I like that. That's nice, right? That panel looks much more crisp and clear than this side for sure. And again, these are prepared the exact same way. So as you can see, guys, it did a phenomenal job darkening that panel, kind of hiding some imperfections. It looked really, really good. However, when I do a water test to it, I don't see a big difference from one side that was treated with this versus the other side. Does that mean it's not leaving protection? No, not necessarily. It's just, for me, especially talking about things on YouTube, which is a visual comparison here, there was no visual impact, so I don't have much more to say to the longevity of the product. But again, if I was just looking at using this product as a quick detailer with gloss enhancement, it's fantastic and it smells absolutely phenomenal. Next up, let's go to the trim sauce. Now this one is another interesting one to me. It does a great, I wouldn't call this a restorative product. I'd call it a preserving product. It helps to keep and maintain your black plastics looking really, really good. If you need to actually restore them if they're faded, this will help, but there are other products on the market that actually fully darken the panel back again. And this is more of a maintenance product, in my opinion. It, again, works well for that. I'll show you guys a little panel that I did on my work truck. The black side mirrors get pretty oxidized and faded out and stuff. With the directions of this, you spray it on there, you load it up pretty good, take a microfiber towel, work it in, flip it, and then buff it out. And as you'll see, there's a before and after. I didn't hit the whole thing. You'll be able to see where I stopped it. And it obviously does what it says it's gonna do. It does a great job with that. Again, is it a full-blown restorer where you have completely faded and oxidized black trim and it brings it back? No, but again, as a perfect option for maintaining your plastics, I think it's a good product. Again, I haven't played with it too much, but from what I'm seeing so far, I do like it for that. Once again, it does smell, man, again, shouldn't be smelling chemicals, right? But it does smell very, very good. So both of these are an absolute pleasure to work with. Last up is the leather sauce. Now, again, this one actually does quite a good job. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up for you. And as you can see, the product is quite thick. You can see it just dripping down there. So it is quite thick, and that creates a good opportunity for the product to spray. Like say you're working on the back of your seat, you spray it on there, it sticks onto the surface and doesn't just completely run down. So you're able to work that area more, which I really like about that product. Also, it absolutely does do a great job at cleaning. You just basically spray it onto your leather, spray it onto a microfiber, agitate it, right? You just rub it in, flip your towel, buff it out, and you can see the before and after of this product, and it worked really, really well. It cleaned up the leather very, very nicely. One thing I want to state about this stuff is because of the thickness of the product, right, so that it sticks onto the surface, if you're in a colder climate, if it's winter and it's a colder climate, that could potentially thicken up a little bit and it may not spray out as well. You could still just pour it out on your microfiber towel or whatever and work it in that way. So not a big deal, but just something to note, it can. When I first got this stuff, it was a colder morning and cold night, and I came out and it wasn't spraying very well. So again, it can thicken up, but the product works very, very well. Now, as far as the pricing on this stuff goes, the secret sauce you can get right at your local AutoZone comes in at $24.99 for this, was it 16 ounces? Yeah, 16 ounce bottle. And then the other two come in around $17, $17.99, I believe, for these ones. Now, these are also available on Amazon in a different packaging. They're a 24 ounce size bottle versus the 16. So I'll link that down in the description for you below. But if you have a local AutoZone to you that's close, go check it out. This is, again, secret sauce, leather sauce, trim sauce. My favorite, personally, out of the three is the leather sauce. Now, moving on from Bling sauce, let's go over to Next Level Car Care's Auto Snow Foam. Now, the first time I ever used this stuff, it states to use between 1 to 2 ounces with 16 ounces of water in a foam cannon. So my foam cannon's, it's 32 ounces or whatever. So I just doubled that up, right? I did 2 to 4 ounces. So I took my little measuring cap. This stuff's a little bit thick for that, but it worked well. Filled it up, it was 3 ounces, poured that into my foam cannon, and started spraying my vehicle down. Now, I have to say, guys, the foam production was fantastic. With the caveat, I am using an MJJC Foam Cannon Pro here, which gets a ton of foam anyways, and then I'm also, the pressure washer I'm using is a Kranzla 1122 TST, which also has a great amount of flow and PSI for it. So those two things are gonna help the foam production, but I will state this is getting great. Like, it's very, very thick, which you can see in the video. Now, one of the things I wanted to do was test out the cleaning ability. So I just foamed it on. They state in the directions to let it sit for 2 minutes, I believe. I was outside, but it was, the sun was starting to go down. No issue with working in the direct sun. The panel was nice and cool, which you always want to make sure, keep the surface of the vehicle cool before you do this kind of stuff. And I let it sit for about 5 minutes. Now, I was inspecting it. It seemed like it was doing a decent job breaking stuff down. I looked at the hood, and it did look like the bubbles are kind of popping and lifting things to the top of the panel. I could just wipe it away, and it wiped away nicely. So that's what I like out of a foaming soap, right? I want it to be able to break down the contamination, bubble and lift it up, and then when the bubbles break away, it leaves it just sitting there nicely so that I can go and rinse it away and not have to do a lot of scrubbing. And I have to say, guys, this did a great job. It actually really, really reminded me of Kokemi Gentle Snow Foam. The actual use case of it was very, very similar to that. Now, as far as the scent goes, GSF has a really, really good scent. This stuff smells good too. It has a citrus scent, but it's just subdued. It's not overly overbearing by any means. So I like that actually a lot with this stuff. They do state, let me see here. They state drain and marine life safe. So I don't know if that's the same as like biodegradable or whatever, but it's a safe product apparently for that application. It does state it on there. I don't know exactly what that means, but wanted to highlight that. Now, as far as a contact wash soap goes, so for the contact wash, I just foamed the vehicle down again and then went in for my contact wash immediately. Again, it's already been foamed, rinsed, and now I'm foaming again for the contact. And when I did that for the foam cannon application, I wanted to try, again, with 3 ounces, it foamed like crazy, right? So I cut that down. I went to about 1.5 ounces in my foam cannon. Still got phenomenal foam, guys. I didn't film it, but it still got a great amount of foam. As far as the slickness of the product, again, for me, I use Kokemi GSF a lot, and it was a very, very, very similar experience there again. It's not the slickest soap in the world, but it has a good amount of lubrication. You're able to get everything cleaned up. And yeah, I was surprised by it. It did a fantastic job. So for this 32-ounce size bottle, it's currently on their website valued at $24.99. So a little bit cheaper than GSF. GSF is in that $25 to $30 range as well. But a fantastic product. I was, again, my first experience with this brand, and so far so good. The soap worked phenomenally well. I really like it. Again, pH neutral. It's coming out of pH of 7. But still did a great job with the pre-foaming, right? Went it on to a dry panel, helped to lift all that stuff off and rinse away. So I like it. Now, next up here, guys, is the Lithium Cleanin cubes. Again, I'm not sure if this is on their site currently, but they should have it back in stock soon. It's just a new item. And inside, I used one of these, right, for my test. But let's see here. We got one, little instructions, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 6-pack of these guys in this deal. And great news, guys, I just went on their website to check the pricing. It's about 20 bucks, $19.99 for the pack of 6, but they are available on their website right now. So I'll link that down in the description for you guys. Now at 20 bucks for the bag of 6 of them, that brings you down to $3.30 or so per use, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up so you guys can see exactly what it is. All right, guys, so I went ahead and opened this up, and as you can see, it's dual-sided, right? So the one side is just, and the whole pad actually, is melamine or melamine. It's a type of foam process, but it's the same type of thing as the Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. And then as you can see, I don't know, hopefully you can see this. Or there you go, dripping out, right? So it's loaded with a chemical. Now, it foams up as well. You can see it on my finger already. And then the other side is a nice soft felt pad. So you do have the option, right? If you're worried about it being too aggressive, like the Magic Erasers, I don't personally use them typically on leather and things like that because leather has a protective coating on it, and eventually that can wear down, and that's what causes it to crack, and sometimes you'll hit, get some water on it, one spot will stay really dark. It's because that protective layer has gone away. You can reapply that stuff. Within leather repaired, they can reapply that. However, I'm just careful when I use it, so it's nice to give you both options. So let's go ahead and jump back in the car again where we tested out the leather sauce from Bling sauce. I'm gonna test this out as well. Now for this test, guys, I'm gonna do one little square here using the felt side. We'll test that to see how that cleans up because again, that's gonna be the safer route for me. So that's what I'm gonna check on. And as you can see in the video, it's doing a great job. They do recommend that you keep a damp cloth with you. And what that's for is just to pick up the residue, right? So again, you saw the foaming action on this when I just squeezed it. But it's gonna leave a little bit of that chemical behind, right? So then you just take a nice damp cloth, wipe it up, that's gonna neutralize the area, and you'll be good to go. Now, in addition to that, we're gonna try the other side of this, the melamine side, to see how that cleans up. And we're gonna do the same exact process, just go back and forth on this one little section, and then wipe it up with the damp cloth. As you guys can see, again, it also did a fantastic job, but for me, personally, it did just as good of a job on the felt side, so that's where I would lay.
All right, guys, so let's go ahead and inspect it now. As you can see, this is the section that I used with the felt side. A little bit safer, less abrasive here. And it's actually looking really, really good. I wasn't sure when I was doing it from the other angle. It's not super bright in here, but it looks fantastic. You can see compared to this panel that wasn't done and that panel that wasn't done, it looks phenomenal. Now, the other side was the side that was hit with this portion here. And you can see some of the discoloration on here because it was pulling dirt out. And again, that side looks great as well. For me personally, on regular leather like this, I would probably stick to this side, a little bit less abrasive here. This does have an abrasion to it, so it will break down the coating on your leather over time. Again, the Secret Sauce leather sauce also looks fantastic in that area. You can see the difference there between the two. So overall, both these options seem to be pretty great. Now, another thing with these they advertise is like using it on your dash, or not your dash, but more so on your steering wheel. And you can see here, that's all dirty. So we're gonna try, now these things are, like I said, they're loaded with some chemical. Let's just go this route. Okay, let me grab that microfiber that's wet. All right, so here is the microfiber already damp. Again, it's just to pick up all this residue. And we're gonna let that dry, but I can already tell it's looking fantastic. So for that kind of stuff, again, I probably won't use this side very much, but this side's fantastic. And it is nice that you have this side that is a little more aggressive when you need it. It's one of those things, guys. I think you may think this side's a little more aggressive, but this one's going to act more like a brush where it's not going to be so abrasive. So anyways, let's see. This is drying up. And as you can see, this area is drying up now and it's looking fantastic. All the gloss is out of it. It looks just, you know, back to new. So,
all right, guys. So as you can see, did a fantastic job. Really, really cool little product. Again, at the price though, 20 bucks for the pack. For 6 of them, comes to a little over $3 per unit. Is this something I'm gonna be using as a professional every day? No, personally, no. The reason for that is just the cost of these is a little bit too high for me on a daily basis, right? Because if I was to just take something like Kokemi Green Star or Polestar on a little auto fiber scrub ninja, then I'm gonna get a lot more work done at a much more economical price. However, what I think these things are phenomenal for is keeping them in, like, they're all individually wrapped. Throw one in your car, throw one in the trunk. That way, if anything happens, any stuff, especially guys, for those blue transfers from blue jeans onto your, you know, lighter colored leathers, having this there to get that out quickly is a great, great idea. So that's it for today's video, guys. Just wanted to highlight these 5 different products. All good, right? We're in a good time. There's so many good products out there within the detailing industry. It just depends on your personal use case, what makes the most sense for you. And then again, looking at the price per cost as a professional is a big part of it as well. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope that helps you. Please make sure to like the video. Make sure you're subscribed, turn on that notification bell, and we will see you on the next one.